some of these strings out of the way, and then I'll start over. Hi guys, friends, freaks, welcome. Hi, it's me, it's Natalie. God, it's been a while, and it's been a lot. I'll just be honest with you guys. I am a stream of consciousness kind of girl. I love to just chit chat, talk, edit it later, you know, and just post whatever that is. And I think, as many of you know, I struggle with mental health issues. And a part of it is like feeling like whatever I put out needs to be perfect so that I never have to look back and be like, damn. Anyway, I can't avoid it. So I'm just gonna start putting stuff out again. I've tried for like 6 months to find an editor, finally found one, and then he just ghosted me. So, which is crazy because we worked together, and then once I quit that job, he just like didn't respond, even though in person he was updating me like, oh yeah, it's going great. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of at my wit's end. Like, I don't need any more help. I'm tired. I don't need help. It's really just me. I edit these videos all the time, and I just don't post them because I don't think that the quality is there. I think that's a-okay, but from now on, I'm gonna post them. I'm tired of not having anything to show for the work that I do. I do so much work, you guys. I plan so much. I am very meticulous. I put all my money into everything. And it's like, nothing is shown for it yet, but I promise I feel better. I've learned so much. I've grown a lot, so it was all worth it. Very soft and flowy. And I'm just comfy today. You know, I've been living, thriving, just trying to be. And it's been really hard. It's been hard. Because I think that something I struggle with is changing my thoughts. You know, instead of just allowing myself to think, I always like stop it and I try to like fix it, and then I don't end up thinking, and I feel so stuck. But I'm not stuck. I'm free. I'm free as a bird. Yeah, I work outside of this. I do music. I try. I'm doing vocal lessons so I can get better at it, but I'm gonna start posting covers just so I can get my name out there, so I can start making money to then afford vocal lessons, because it's hard, guys. It's hard out there. I want to talk about my vacation, you guys. I went to Pennsylvania about 2 weeks ago. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was wonderful. I'll insert the clip of me talking about it. This was right after I got back, and I'm sharing kind of how I feel. Welcome back. I should be saying welcome back because this is me coming back from my trip. Guys, it was good. It was good. I loved it. I have yet to grab Keith. I'm gonna go get him later today. But aside from that, it's been very nice. I took a lot of time to myself. I took a lot of like time to think and like talk to people who genuinely care about me and people who genuinely missed me and have seen me through everything, you know? And so to be able to like sit there and talk to them as an adult now, it's been 7 years since I've seen most of my like cousins, aunts, uncles, my grandparents, oh my God. And God forbid, if it's gonna be that long again. No, it's not, because it's so nice to have family. And I know this sounds crazy, but I never had family. And so going through like therapy and healing and learning I have PTSD from like my childhood and stuff, it was a lot, in a good way. I'm sitting here like surrounded by like love and safety, and it makes me feel more aware of like the things that I do every day that are not helpful, you know, that I think are. It really is eye-opening too to like see the family that I've been around versus like the family I haven't been able to see for a while, and like compare and contrast. So what I'm thinking is specifically like when people say they're being genuine compared to when somebody actually is being genuine. You know what I mean? And like I've said before, I'm getting used to the idea that people are behaviorally different. And like when I get triggered by like behaviors, I'm like, that's okay, because just because she's saying this doesn't mean that she's saying this and meaning that, like my mom used to. Or like that behavior usually is associated with like this toxic trait, but that doesn't make the action toxic. You know, it's context. When somebody is genuine, it really shows more than them having to be like, well, I'm always there for you. I'm always here. Like, I've always been open to help has come up in scenarios when it's like, I haven't even I haven't even asked you for help. I've just said, like, you have not been there. And then being like, well, I always have, remember this? It's like, well, now you're keeping score, and that's not genuine help or gratitude. It's like, even from me, it's like fear, you know, not even gratitude. And so it's hard. Guys, I want to move. I mean, I've said that for like 5 years now, maybe even longer, but I want to move. I hate it. I hate that I have that ability to be nearby people that I love and care about, and I like haven't capitalized on it at all. And you guys are gonna get music. You guys as in like, I don't know. I wonder if it'll be a different crowd of people who listens to the pod than who listens to my music. We'll see. But I do feel less intimidated because I already have a song out, you guys. It's not on iTunes. I don't know if I could figure out how to do that, but for now it's just on YouTube, and it's called Women's Suffrage Rap by Natalie Swisher. So look it up. I'm gonna sing you a little bit from it. I wrote this in high school. I never submitted it. It was like an extra credit project. Never submitted it, and now I'm so fucking proud of it. So we want our rights equal, same for all people. Beth Katie Stanton fought for rights of all people. Used to be bitter, Seneca Falls occurred. Now I'm independent, living with my dog Critter. Something wrong with 'em. Now they all bitter. They're not the main gender, but we won't surrender. Yeah, I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstandings again. And This a fight for women's suffrage. Now we got the vote. Guys, you'll really get into it. Shit's bussin'. Shit's banging. You know, that's actually fucking crazy. Maybe we can cut that. And I think that you should look it up and watch it and sing it for your fucking maggots. Your maggots. I said it. And by that I mean MAGA. Like, Trump's whatever. Trump's, I don't know, crabs. Trump's crabs. All up in his pubes and shit. Please share it. This is a fight for women's suffrage. Now we got the vote. Hey. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you guys. Please go stream it and do whatever you will. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I love you guys. Okay. Adorable. I know. I like look at myself from like 2 weeks ago and I'm like, oh, she's so young compared to me. We look the same. I'm really proud of myself. And I think that it's important to remember, guys, that I did not grow up with like close family. I grew up with a lot of trauma and stress. I grew up in fight or flight for 22 years. And I still go back into it sometimes, but I recognize it now. And so it's really interesting. Everybody deserves people. You know what I mean? Everybody does. And I think that lack of good people is like what really causes the bad ones. You know what I mean? And like if you think to yourself, not everybody deserves people, what about Hitler? It's like Hitler's lack of good people, Hitler's lack of accountability is absolutely the problem. That's what caused it. That's what caused it. I think that realistically, and it relates to the world today, it's like your inability to receive feedback comes from your lack of people. If you were raised with people who loved you properly and healthily, you would be able to admit when you've done something to hurt somebody and want to do something differently. You know what I mean? And it's interesting to be like raised in a family where like it's kind of the opposite. And then you go to a place and you're like, things can be so peaceful when you feel supported and loved as you are, and you believe that other people should as well. I just like, and then ever since going there, it's really made me think about the politics of it all. Because where I live, I would say I'm in a red state, but I live surrounded by like a lot of blue people, if that makes sense. Not that it's even color coded or whatever, but I think that it really depends. I think it's really interesting actually, because my politics and ideas and stuff I believe to be right, of course, or else I wouldn't believe them, right? And so to then be put in a different, into a different environment that's more red, where like you're in a red state and you know it. Like,
I honestly feel like
No, I don't want to spread misinformation.
so you're in a red state and you know it. And I know that me and my family disagree on the politics of a lot of things, but a lot of that, when it came down to talking to them, is that they're misinformed or they just don't know. So I'm able to bring up facts and they're able to be like, oh, fuck, that's kind of crazy, huh? Yes, it is. I get it. Now you know why I'm upset. And I think it's really interesting to think about how their politics, a lot of what I hear from the opposite side makes no sense to me. But then going to where they live, the opposite side, they're shut out. They're shut out from everything. You don't see any homeless people on the streets because it's so cold that they would literally just die. So either they're off in places where they, like, quote unquote shouldn't be, you know, or they're in the places where they need to be that will actually help them, or at least give them shelter for the night, you know. Like, it's interesting because you're never faced with those things. And then I'm watching the ads on TV and they're less political and they're just like about products and stuff. It's so odd to me. And I'm telling them, I understand why you think the way that you do, but you have to be able to Google outside of this bubble. Because outside of this bubble, all hell is breaking loose and you have no idea because it's not coming up on the news. It's just not. So that was a really interesting thing. And I think that's why family is important too, because you have a role in your family to ask for accountability. You have the right. You have the right to be like, something you said or did hurt my feelings or can or will hurt somebody else. And I don't believe that you would actually want to do that if you felt better about yourself or had a different option. If you were shown the consequences of your actions and had a different option. You know what I mean? And we're aware that there were more things to do other than just what you've been told. I find it interesting that I'm like fully processing this stuff out loud, but I don't know if you guys know specifically what I'm talking about. Like, I'm so vague. I do think one of my favorite parts about recording podcasts is that, because I record all the time and nothing ever comes out, but it makes me so self-aware in like the best way though. I feel like I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I do that. Some things I do realize I do, and I'm like, huh, oh, that's fine. Sometimes if I look off to the side, I can like picture something. Like sometimes my memory is photographic and I can be like, oh, that's the thing. It's kind of funny, and I think it's important to be able to look back at yourself with a lot of love and grace. For me specific, because I do tend to struggle with like shame and internal issues and things like that. I think it's really important that we talk about it. I do. I do. Okay, take a shot every time I say I do. Not at my wedding. Something that I cut from the video was me talking about like the comparison between my close in proximity family compared to the people I haven't seen in 7 years. And I think there's an important point that I should share that I did cut. It's very nice to be reminded that scorekeeping is not normal. Scorekeeping is not fair. It just isn't. It isn't. Nothing is ever equal. And we can try, and I think we should try. But at the end of the day, sometimes your cup's gonna be a little more empty, and sometimes your cup's gonna need a little more filling, and you can't be able to give as much. And it alternates, it ebbs and flows, and the people that you choose to have around you in the ebbs and the flows matter so much. I was watching Orange is the New Black with my girlfriend. I love her. In the show, there was a girl who, when she was down and out, of course, she, after a party, like found this guy, and he was like, well, I'm not gonna do that to you. And it's like the thing that happened to her was somebody telling her, go home, you can do better. You can do better than this. Do not get caught at this party. We are dangerous and you deserve good things. So get home safe. Make sure you get home safe. Which, as a child in the moment, you're like, fuck this guy. I want to party. But rationally, it was the best move. Like, if that ever happened to me, I think I'd look back and be like, I'd have a lot of love for that man. Even though, I don't know what he's done, I don't know, but in that moment, he would have tried to save me. You try to get in the way of the universe and it'll make that person deter or have to learn longer. You know what I mean? Like have to learn differently, or maybe even never learn because you're forcing them to. But whatever power you have, whatever is genuinely in your control, if you can get somebody out of a party that you know is not good for them, please do. Please do. I don't care if it makes you the asshole. And unfortunately, it made him the asshole. understandable. And then she found a guy who said, no, I'm never gonna stop you. Now she's in jail. It feels like that sometimes. It feels like I keep getting dealt cards to where I could have easily been in any other position. And because of whatever one butterfly effect thing, I didn't. And now that I'm old enough to realize how dangerous those situations were, I just feel grateful. I just feel very grateful. And I feel grateful to think about the people that I do have around me, to where if I were to call them and be like, I'm drunk, you know, like, this is fucking cool, they wouldn't be like, hell yeah, man. They'd be like, girl, have you been to therapy recently? You don't like to drink. I don't drink, honestly. I prefer not to. It hurts my tummy. But if I start doing something that's not good for me, I trust that the people around me would say, hey, this isn't good for you, if I don't clock it myself. While I may have had the ability to go there in the past 7 years, keep in mind, COVID was a thing. And I remember I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday, like, COVID scared the shit out of me when we were in it in 2020, 2021, and all the distancing and just the way that it spread and thinking about how it started, that scared me. I didn't like it. It scared me. And keep in mind, when I'm in fight or flight, I know for a fact I am not thinking clearly. I'm not being present. I'm just like, autopilot in a way that's not productive. I can only imagine the people in power kind of being in the same position, except they never talk about it. And I think that's kind of why we're in this position. Doesn't matter. I want to give myself some credit because I may have had that ability. Realistically, I didn't. I didn't have it in my head that if I got a better job and I saved, I could go. I could even live there. I do just want to make it known to myself. I see you. I hear you. You did technically have these opportunities, but you didn't realize how much this would positively affect you in the best way. And you didn't know. It's so funny because I didn't know how much I loved music and how I've always been writing music since I was a child. And as soon as I got my first iPad, I started recording. Christmas night, I was recording all of the songs that I had made when I was 15. I could cry because it was such a relief. I was like, I'm not gonna forget them, I'm not. And then I could finish the song, and then I bought myself a ukulele, and then I would play and then replay it and make the song. I was like, guys, this is everything to me. And I didn't care to look into this thing that I'm so passionate about, that I love so much, brings me immense joy. And now that I'm into it, I'm like, hell yeah. I don't know. Part of me is like, I have to do everything by myself because when I ask for help, it gets counted and scored, and I don't have anything to give. I don't have anything to give in exchange, and whatever I give in exchange has to be equal or greater to what they're giving me, which is a mindset I'm getting out of. If somebody loves you and they want to give, you can absolutely accept it. It does not have to be a transactional relationship. It can just be love. I just grew up with so much control. Like, everybody I felt wanted to control me, whether they did or not. And a lot of times they did, unfortunately. I kind of unconsciously surrounded myself with people who would not protect me and who wanted to control me and have me around for their best interest. And I felt like that was the best thing I could do. I felt like when I would apply for jobs and stuff, that's literally what I would say. I just want to help. Tell me what to do, I'll do it. However you need me to be, I'll be. Instead of accepting the fact that I love chit-chatting, and I do get distracted when I talk too much. I always felt like I'm a personality hire because I want to do music and podcasting, but outside of that, I have a lot of skills. Like, my favorite skill is chit-chatting and conversation. But ultimately, I got off track, guys. I fucking forgot. Let's just keep going. I do want to stop and say, before I go, guys, because this is getting a little long, Sunshine Saturdays are my shit, okay? Get into it. The state of the world is fucking chaos, okay? I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna say it because this is my time to get on my fucking soapbox and be pissed, okay? This is my time to scream. Pay attention. Pissed as fuck. I am pissed as fuck at fucking Pam Bondi and her shit. I'm so tired of the idea that people can pretend that incarcerating anybody that's a part of the Epstein files is gonna just break everything down. It's too much, it's too hard. Not too fucking hard. You have a list of names, you have millions of pages of evidence. Take somebody to the fucking ground. I don't care if it takes down any system. I don't care if it takes down any system, you guys. I am so peeved. I'm so fucking peeved. I'm so peeved that nobody knows about the cream cheese shit. that nobody fucking knows about the sacrifices and the eating of children, about John Bonet Ramsey. What is it? Madeleine McCain as well? With Ghislaine Maxwell? I don't have time for Ghislaine to be getting her fucking to-go orders into her fucking minimum security prison in exchange for what? Exonerating Trump? Not possible. Not possible. Guess why? We have evidence. We have fucking evidence. And there's so many more of us than there are of you. Get fucking ready, Ghislaine. Get fucking ready. Because we're coming for you. And we're coming for all the fucking people in the Epstein files that are responsible for the shit that's been fucking happening for decades. I don't have time to pretend I give a fuck about any industry more than I care about the safety of the fucking children in this fucking planet. Why is that so absurd? Why is that crazy? Why is that crazy? I don't give a fuck. They could take down the music industry. I love the music industry. I want to be a part of it. They could take down all of Hollywood. TV, I love TV. I love entertainment. They could take down all of YouTube, any social media. They could take down everything. And I'd be so much happier with nothing and safe children. Are you fucking serious? I do not have it in me, Pam Bondi, for you to talk about, well, if we did take people down, then I guess we're gonna be taking down whole industries. Take the fucking industries, bitch! I don't need them. I don't need them. What, are they for me or for you? Are they for you? No, they're for me, the public, to be entertained. I'm not fucking entertained enough for children to fucking die. And I hope the fuck you are not either. Let me pause. I'll be right back. Last but not fucking least, I would love some accountability from the people in power. Anybody who has some pull or say, I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to claim that you invented this idea that the Epstein files is bad. I want you to say it in front of fucking everybody, because if you haven't, then you don't think the Epstein files is fucking bad. I am so lost. I am so lost at how so many people can know this information and choose to look aside. No amount of money. I would rather if there were a God and he came down to me and said, Natalie Anna, if you want to go sleep in a box on the street for the rest of your life in constant rain pour, and you only get the one box, no replacements, but in exchange, every child will be safe, and in exchange, you have to sleep in that box. I would say, please, give me the box now. Make it smaller, and maybe we could solve world hunger. These industries have so much fucking money because we are literally handing it to them blind, and instead of using it to help us in any way, stopping wars, giving us money for food, making sure that we have electric and running water that's clean, making sure that we are actually learning from textbooks, history, making sure that we're all actually healthy and happy. We have so much money, there is enough money to do it. So I don't have time to pretend like it going anywhere else has anything to do with the betterment of society, when really, where it's going is to the people connected to the fucking Epstein files. Why are we paying to cover up this crime? The biggest scandal in American history. I'm shaking, and you should be too. Guys, I'm done with my scream. And you know what? Scream with me. Scream with me. Play this shit. I'm strong enough for this. I'm strong enough to speak out and protest in the only way that I know how. Best way for me. Well, I love you guys. And come back next week. I will have another scream next week, and it will be similar vibe. Have fun. Enjoy the stream of consciousness. Live your life. Light a joint if you're of age.